Northeast B617 podcast. Today I have a special guest, my friend Greg Fontaine from West Quincy, Massachusetts. Here, two massholes. Greg, how did you get? Greg's a musician. He plays bass in a band. He played guitar, bass in a bunch of bands growing up. You know, how many bands about Greg? Say estimation. 10 bands. And he had a stroke. Would you have a stroke, Greg?
Yeah, a stroke.
When, Greg? About how long ago?
2018.
Yeah, so 3 years ago he had a stroke, and he went through some tough times after that, but he's back playing. He went blind from his stroke.
Yeah.
So, and he's still playing in a band. So it goes to show you that you don't. There is no cant in life. You know what I mean? I've been through a bunch of depression. Oh, no, Greg, I got it. See, he's blind. It's right there. Remember the microphone. Anytime you want me to light it up, I'll light it up for you, brother. See, that's the thing about blind. See?
Yeah.
He didn't even see where the ashtray is, but that's what friends are for. But anyways, Greg, I'm really happy to have you on the Northeast Beast 617 podcast. I know you were a beast before. Actually, you know how much a beast this guy is? Blind, everything. What did you get arrested for this weekend, Greg? Go ahead. It's all right. It's all right. They want to know.
Just destruction of property.
Family could do that to you. It's just a family squabble with his brother.
Yeah. He wouldn't listen to me, so I decided to throw a beer bottle.
And he got arrested. Imagine that, blind,
yeah.
Arrested. They gave him pillows, blankets in the cells. They were really good to him. So
yeah.
Shout out to the Quincy police for being good to my friend.
Yeah, they were good.
I gotta give them a shout out for being good to my friend.
They didn't even want to arrest me, but they had to do something.
Yeah, and they have a job to do. So
they just had to diffuse the situation. So
exactly, and that shit happens, you know,
yeah.
with everybody.
It was probably better if they did something anyways, because who knows where it went after that.
You never freaking know these days. But yeah, I'm happy to have you on, brother.
I appreciate it.
I really am. I'm happy to have you on.
I just want people to know, man, you can do whatever you want, man. You know, if you put your mind to it, you can do it.
You can do it. That's right.
You just have to just push through. You know, every day's a new day.
Tomorrow's never promised.
No.
So every day is a good day.
You got more yesterdays than tomorrows.
That's for damn sure.
And the band I'm in is called the Relentless Bastards.
Relentless Bastards.
My guitar player had triple bypass surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a stroke, and I had diabetes. I'm on dialysis 3 times a week, and
3 times a week dialysis.
Blind. Ended up blind.
Andy's blind.
Yeah. And so I practice once a week with my band, and hopefully we'll be doing shows soon. I'll keep you guys posted. We're not ready yet, but we're working on it. So
pretty cool to hear these stories, like, you know what I mean, and they're true stories, and it's
oh yeah.
He was one of the first ones I said I'd have on my podcast in the first couple episodes, and I always keep my word with my friends. And he's a what were you, like a graphic designer or something? You were a computer whiz, right?
Yeah, I've been in computers since
the first computers.
DOS
right?
mode. I used to play, what's it called?
It's all right. Take your time.
Castle something. So one of those first games, like Medal of Honor, like Doom. Like before that, I even played games like on a computer, like where it was just code. We're just playing code games. It wasn't even really like playing a video game.
So what was the first computer? Like I had Atari when the first Atari came out.
Castlevania, something like that.
So it wasn't Apple.
Wolfenstein.
Was that Sony make that?
That was before that.
So did Sony try to make the first computer like?
They made a lot of different things, but IBM was the first home computer. The first home computer was really IBM and then Mac. And then it went to Macs with Apple computers. Apple. What most people had.
Well, Microsoft, right?
Yeah. Well, Microsoft had all the software.
Yeah.
Microsoft went a different direction than the home computers. More in the beginning, they went for for business money instead of home money.
Yeah.
In the beginning, but there's money everywhere they made, so they eventually dipped their hands in that too.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
As we live in a capitalist world. Well, if you don't like it, wah.
Yep, and that's the truth. You know, it is true though. He's right. Like there's, you know, people that are just greedy. You know what I mean? Like I know billionaires out there that can help out a whole struggling city and never even hurt them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't care.
And see, I like to give back. When I'm a billionaire, I'm gonna give back. And I'm not just saying that because I'm not a billionaire, but I made a lot of millions in my life.
I just don't like the people that, you know, cheat the system. Like, you know, like billionaires don't pay taxes and stuff like that. That's not fair. You just pay your share.
You want a tissue, Greg?
Yeah.
You want a tissue, brother?
No,
go ahead, Greg. Talk. It's okay. Oh, yeah, no, I know
it's itchy.
Yeah, I know. He has an itchy nose. Here, brother. Here. There's open your hand, brother. It's right there. It's a tissue. So yeah, it drives me nuts seeing him do that, and I keep thinking his nose is running on him.
It's not. No,
that's all right. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, Greg's an inspiration. Like when I, you know, talk to him and stuff on the phone, he's always happy. Like when he gets home from like band practice or something, he's just really happy all the time. And
yeah, I get amped up sometimes.
Yeah. Like, well, what do you guys jam once a week or something like that?
Once a week.
Because the drummer's in like 3 bands or something.
Yep.
Yeah. And your guitarist had a triple bypass, so he could only bang once a week.
Well, he wants to do twice a week, but his wife is kind of she doesn't want to. She has a problem with hearing her like loud noise bothers her, so she has to leave when we practice. So
happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife.
So
happy
he gives
life.
her the credit card. Go have fun, money. So she goes shopping or whatever.
I understand. I get it. I understand. You got to make the wife happy. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
If the wife ain't happy, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
As a man, especially as a knucklehead man.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially as a metalhead man, he's probably like, "Can I rock out tonight, hon? Only if you be a good boy.
Yeah.
You know what you're told." And this is an adult.
Yeah.
So we're all adults. So Greg, let me ask you something. When you had your stroke, how did that occur? Or no, let me ask you this: how did you feel? Like, how do you know when you were messed up?
I didn't have a full-on stroke. I had what's called a TIA. It's like a. It didn't show up on MRI, but it was a stroke. I had stroke symptoms, so I couldn't speak very well for like 2 weeks. I was in the hospital for a month, maybe. It sucked, but it was like I didn't even know what happened. You know, it just happened. It just, you know, I ran out of my medication. I wasn't doing my medication right.
We've all been through that. Thank God I'm off the meds, but I'm glad you got them under control.
I got them under control, and that was my fault, and I learned from it and just move on. You know, and just got to let people know. You know, you just stop the whining and move on.
So people, do you hear that about not taking your medicine correctly that you're prescribed out there? Because if you overdo it and you don't have them to take, then your body has side effects.
The body rejects everything, and you know, it's
just a really it's a shit show.
It's horrible.
It's a shit show, and not only is it a shit show, it's look at what he went through just from not having his medicine.
Yeah, I left my medicine on a bus. I didn't even overdo it that month. The month I had the stroke, I left my medicine on a bus, and they wouldn't give me a refill for 7 days, and it was 7 days too long because on the 8th day I had a stroke.
See, these doctors should know that. Like, if you're going without a medicine, like, listen, my doctor, in all fairness, for 15 plus years, if I didn't have my Xanax or something, like, I could get my Xanax, he would always fill them for me early.
But yeah, no, it's not the problem with the doctors. The doctors have no problem. It's not the doctors. It's the insurance.
It's the insurance. Okay, the insurance.
Insurance is what the problem is.
But I would pay for it if I was getting them early. I'd pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But it is a lot of fucking money, though.
Sometimes it's a lot of money. Yeah.
A lot of fucking money.
Shit.
A lot of fucking money. Because I used to see my 4230s a day, and he could only give me 2 weeks at a time because it would have been like 1,400 fucking bills.
Pharmacy.
Yeah, every 30 days. Yeah. So I used to see what I was saving. It would be like $3,800 or $5,800. I'm like, wow. I go, no wonder why they cost $1 a milligram on the streets back then. I was like, that's where they probably came up with the price.
Yeah.
For the street price, they're probably like, oh, they cost this much. Pharmaceutical, you know, that's how much the pharmacies pay for them. Well, that's how much they're gonna pay on the streets for them. A little bit more, or a little bit less, or whatever the fuck. I remember when I was paying $80 for an 80. milligram pill, $1 a milligram. And that was back in 2001, 2002, or 2003, somewhere around there. And then I was on them with my head injury in 2003, so I never had to pay for them again. And I didn't start doing pills, oxy. The first time I did an oxy, I didn't even like them. I didn't do it for 6 months. And then I sniffed one instead of eating one, and I loved it. I loved it. And
it's definitely a different feeling.
Yeah, but I've been off those opiates for 40 plus months now. I think hold on, July will be 41 months. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah. Greg kind of, I think, went on that journey with me. I used to talk to him, and I used to talk to him at the beginning when I was coming off, and when I came off the methadone after the first 9 months and shit. And shout out to Balducci, right?
Yeah,
the first drummer in the band.
Yeah, he was. He was in the band. Relentless Bastards, our first drummer.
Yep. And on his behalf, he is a great drummer and one of my dearest friends.
Very good guy.
Yeah, he's my best man at my wedding. But one thing about Johnny, we had a band called Haddonfield downstairs here. We practiced every Saturday. Me, him on drums, Comp on guitar. Shout out to Comp too. And we had it was me. I sang playing bass. And then we had Wise. I said, you know what? Let's just have Wise come in and try.
Shout out to Wise too, wherever the hell.
Shout out to Wise. Shout out to Wise.
We miss you, guy.
Yeah, we miss you, Wise. You better get in touch with one of us. We love you, man. What the hell, bro? We love you, bro. Hey, tech guy. I can have him as a tech guy right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There
we go.
He used to put up all our videos for my first 2 albums.
He can definitely do it.
He put up all the videos. Other than Dickie did the professional one, but he used to put up slideshow videos.
Sorry, man. Crazy.
No, it's okay. Yeah, you want me? Here's your joint bud. You want your joint bud?
Yeah, actually.
Yes, there you go. Here's the end where you smoke it, and tell me when you're ready to go, brother. There you go. Now, when you're ready, I'll tell you when you need to flick it. All right, flick the ash. You don't have to. I'll take it from you and flick it for you and hand it right back to you, my friend. Take your time and just relax. So. It's not a hot day today in Boston. It's weird. We had 7 days in the 90s, and now it's freaking in the 60s and 70s the last couple of days. The dew point is at 50. It's not too humid. It's nice. But I had a sweatshirt. I have a Champion sweatshirt on and a jacket on earlier when I picked them up. I was like, that was a mistake. See, this is what we do. See, this is what we rep in Beantown here in Quincy, 617. A-Dog, Street for the Stripes, fuck Nikes. I remember getting the first pair of Nike Airs. They were running sneakers. My grandmother bought them for you. I'll flick that for you, brother.
I'm good with it now.
All right, just let me know when you want it. It's right there. Right. It's a huge split, bro. Yeah, it's good. How about it? It's always good.
Love the weed.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I got the first Nike Airs when I was in elementary school, 5th grade or 4th grade, and they were the red and white running ones with the air at the bottom. They were the first Nike Airs. Yeah. And I didn't care back then what kind of sneakers I wore, but then I got a pair of shell toes. My grandmother bought me a pair of shell toes in Pittsburgh, and I was just hooked on freaking
my favorite first pair of sneakers that I got was the high top Chuck Taylors.
Chuck Taylor's a classic.
Remember that little sneaker store that was over there by Willard School?
Hold on. The sporting goods place.
Yeah.
Beacon or something. It's still there.
It is?
I think they might have just sold it, but it's still there, the place you're talking about.
Yeah. Right by the gas station.
They used to make all the jerseys for the freaking teams and shit, right?
Yeah. That's why I bought a Chuck Taylor.
Beacon Sports. That's what it's called. Beacon Sports.
What it's called?
I'm pretty sure it's Beacon Sports. Yeah. Anyone correct me out there? It's what street? That's Furnaceburg Parkway.
Furnaceburg Parkway.
Yeah, Furnaceburg Parkway.
And Willard Street or Copeland Street.
It's on the it's right on the corner. It's not right on the corner, but it's one down from the corner from Copeland Street and Willard Street and Furnaceburg Parkway. Yeah. He's right. That's actually it's Copeland. It's just Copeland. Copeland or Willard. Copeland,
Furnaceburg.
Old Willard School is across the street.
Yeah.
Copeland does go into Willard Street.
Yeah.
So he is correct on that. He is correct on that. So he does know his West Quincy roots.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's right. You know what? See, people don't understand. Quincy's a big city, right? So where he's talking about, you keep driving straight, you drive right into Dorchester, right to East Milton Square, and right into Dorchester. East Milton Square is only like a mile long, not even, and then you're right in Dorchester. You're right there.
Yeah.
So Boston and Quincy, I never could figure this out, Greg. And I'm a historian, and I know geography. I know logistics very good, except when I did this podcast, my logistics were all fucked up because I was on the biggest tunnel jobs on this planet.
Yeah.
Well, definitely the biggest tunnel jobs in the
Well, the way they divided
Northeast.
Boston up has a lot to do with Brookline.
I was wondering.
The Muddy River is where the lines were.
You know what? Me and another friend of mine came up with the
My sister works there every year. She works for the town of Brookline. She cleans the Muddy River every year. All the leaves go in there.
Is she a professional landscaper or something, like Union or something?
She works for the town of Brookline.
She's a good kid. I love her daughter. She's such a good kid.
Yeah,
my wife loves her daughter too. My wife's a cross guy.
But you know, I love them.
Yeah, all our families are pain in the asses.
Yeah.
But I love my in-laws, and most, like, I've been with my wife almost 30 years. Coming in March, it'll be 30. But my wife's a cross guard, and he crossed his niece for what, a couple of years, 2-3 years.
2-3 years.
So down in Quincy Point, right when you lived at Quincy Point. So there's 13 different boats in Quincy, and there's like 10 or 11 in Boston, or 12. But you know what me and my friend came up with? Back in the days when there was horses, not cars, they separated the cities because of the ride. Even though they're connected, but there's so many parts of Quincy, and if you're at the end of South Quincy and you got to go all the way down friggin', or if you're at the end of Quincy Point, right where the bridge is that goes over to Weymouth.
Yeah.
If you're there, you have to get all the way to East Milton Square, right there where Quincy ends. That's a far fucking ride. Back in those days with horses.
Yeah.
So that's why they probably didn't connect the two cities.
Yeah. Separated up.
Back in the Adams houses are right over the bridge. That's where they were. He was the president.
Yeah.
There wasn't a White House back then.
No.
There's so much history in Quincy and Boston.
Yeah.
Because when our ancestors came over, everyone says Ellis Island, but they were coming into Boston port too. It was Boston and New York.
Yeah.
They weren't changing names here like they were in Ellis Island though.
Yeah.
In Florida, when the Cubans came over, they were, messing with the Cubans and stuff. And Cubans are some of my favorite people. So just remember out there, people, we're all immigrants. I know my Irish, Sicilian, German ancestors came over here, and they were savages.
I'm Irish and Italian and French Canadian, so.
Fontaine, that's where he gets that French from.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever been to France, bro?
No.
You know what?
Never been anywhere in Europe. I've been all over Mexico. That's one of my favorite places to go.
Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to go to Mexico.
I've been all over the
place. I've been there one time in my life.
Been to Acapulco,
I was
Mazatlan.
Just for 2 days, I think. 3 days. Cancun.
San Felipe, Ensenada, Tijuana.
My wife was in Cancun. I've been on trips, Greg. I went on trips when
yeah, I went with people who lived there
for like 2 days, and someone would say, "Oh, you want to go somewhere on me?" I'd be like, "How do we even do that?" Don't worry, I know someone at Logan.
Yeah.
And he knows someone at the other airport, so you have nothing to worry about. I'm like, so I'd be. I don't even want to talk about that shit because no, I don't want to talk about the craziness.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
we're more uplifting shit.
Yeah, you're up for two. No. People. Mike Tyson talks about his fucking crazy fucking drug stories, cocaine in the 80s and 90s. Well, I was doing the same fucking shit, and I know you were too.
Yeah.
So no, the golden era people need to hear about, and we were up for 2-3 days. One time went to Fort Lauderdale. I had an ounce of coke down my freaking pants. God bless, rest in peace, Tony Lachardi, who says, "Let's go to Florida. Let's go." I go, "They don't like us Yankees down there." and me and you are both fucking assholes. We're assholes. We're assholes to the max.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely high level assholes because we're up for fucking.
I used to freak people out in California when I start moving my hands like an Italian. Oh my God!
You know what? Greg,
they're like, "Are you gonna hit me or what?"
Greg, people. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood, and people used to say I was Italian. They say, "You're definitely Italian." And I only thought I was mostly Irish and a little bit German. And then I met my real father when I was 32, and my grandmother, I already met her plenty of times, but I used to go back there every year when I was a kid till around 10 or 11. Then I didn't go back.
Big.
Yeah, when I was a kid. My aunt was sent for me from my mother's side. My mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family are all from Pittsburgh. They're both from Pittsburgh. I moved back here when I was like probably in diapers.
All the rest of my family's out in Denver, in Omaha, Nebraska.
I got family I got an aunt in Arizona, an uncle in Arizona. He owns the base shop in Phoenix, the only base shop in Phoenix. Dave Ellison from Megadeth Well, he doesn't play for Mega. I guess he got fired recently. He gets his bass done there. That's the only place he'll get his bass done. He gets custom basses by my Uncle Lee, who's
I wonder if he can make me a bass.
married.
I want a 6-string short. See if you can find out for me. Short scale, left-handed, 6-string.
I'll ask.
Or a 5-string.
I'll ask.
For
Well,
a bass.
that's my Uncle Lee, but he's married to my Aunt Susie, who's my blood. So
Yeah.
I would have to ask her, and they're in Arizona. I have a cousin.
No, I'd pay for it.
I have a cousin Larry who I want to give a shout out to Aunt Susie, shout out to Uncle Lee, and all the kids, all my cousins there. Shout out to my since we're talking about family all across. My mother, my stepfather in Italy for the past 10, 11 years. They deported my stepfather for a couple pills back in 11 years ago. His lawyer screwed him over. But we'll get to that sometime later soon. I'm not even going to worry about that because the charges have already been dropped for 5 years. They're coming back in mid-July, at the end of July, they told me. So we'll see. I've been waiting for that to happen for a long time. Cool. Shout out to them. Shout out to my cousin Larry, who's fighting cancer in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He's from Pittsburgh. He lived here for 2-3 years, him and my cousin Lisa. And they went to school here where I went to school in elementary school. And he lives in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. I have another cousin who just moved to North Carolina. Shout out to you, cousin Stevie, and all my other aunts and uncles, and my father in Pittsburgh, and my grandparents that are all gone. I love you. All my people out there. All my people out there that are going to be watching and seeing this.
I got my buddies in Cali too. That's all good.
Yeah, shout out to your boys, bro. Do it all, brother. I want you to shout out everyone.
Oh, I got my buddy Matt. I call him Mattress. Matt Sunstead. He's a phenomenal musician. And
I think you told me about him before.
My buddy Dan Lemon, and
nice.
my funny Mark Palacio. He owns like 12 McDonald's in South San Diego.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, his uncle does. Same thing, no?
You know, he's a capitalist.
Yeah.
He's a smart man. He's a smart man.
His family, they own one in Denver too.
Denver. I like Denver. Shout out to Denver.
Yeah, I lived in Denver for 7 years.
I love freaking Colorado. I'd love to go to Colorado and freaking live. One of these days, maybe.
You know what's funny? I lived in Denver, but I lived like in the city, and I never did any of that stuff that like the yuppies would go do and shit. Go to all the cool shit to go see in the mountains and none of that shit. I went to the mountains like 3-4 times. The whole time I was there for 7 years.
I'd rather be in northern New England.
I was just like being in the hood, but being in the hood in Denver.
Whoa! Oh shit, dude! I told you about. It's all right.
My fucking Italian came out there.
I know it's all right. It's all right. All right. I just want to make sure it was so good, bro. Yeah, it was so good.
Oh, it sounds right.
It was so good. It was so good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good, bro.
I won't do that again, yeah.
No,
yeah.
keep going. Keep going, though.
I don't even know where I was.
No, you were talking about where you were in the woods or something. You felt like you were in the.
Oh no, yeah, I was in Denver, but it was like being in the hood here in Boston, like to stay at home, do your thing.
That's my fault, folks, fam, not yours.
Hanging around with my friends, play music and stuff like that. Never really went and did that like adventure type, sports type stuff. That state's like that stuff everywhere, zip lines and all that stuff, and I didn't do any of that shit.
Well, I'm an adrenaline junkie. I would have been loving that shit.
I know. I know about it now that I don't live there.
Yeah. Now you wish you did it, huh?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Now you wish you did it.
Hell yeah, I would have done any of it.
I'm probably going to move the...
I used to jump off the quarries in Quincy, off the biggest one they have.
Oh, yeah. Ships Point.
Yeah.
Don't say the other names of the jumps because I don't want to offend people that I love out there.
Yeah.
They had some.
There's kids up in.
They had some pretty whack names for some
kids
jumps.
That got busted the other night, but you know what they were doing?
Rooftop, Ships Point, and High Perps. But there was another one, a big jump that was called derogative name, and I don't know why they.
I know what it is.
Yeah,
Heaven.
So I'm not. Heaven was the last name of it.
Yeah,
but I'm never gonna say what's the first name because I love my freaking brothers out there.
No doubt.
But I don't know fucking name that. Whoever named that, you're a freaking idiot.
Yeah. But anyways, what they're doing is they busted these kids the other night. You know what they were doing? They were spray painting over other stuff over the swear words.
Over the swear words?
Over the swear words on all the...
Where, at the quarries?
At the quarries, with the quarries.
Well, because there's a Granite Links golf course up there. There's a...
Well, it's just, that's that generation. That's this generation.
Yeah.
Everything's offensive.
Yeah. Be careful with your hands.
Offends.
Be careful with your... No, you can use your hands.
You don't want to hear me say this?
No, you can do it. No, you can do it.
Pledge allegiance to move the fuck out of my country.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, bro. You have your
That's
opinion.
how I feel.
Just watch out for your hands for the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
No, I want you to say what you feel, Greg. So you don't have to say sorry to nobody.
Tell me I can't tell my kid's not going to sing I Pledge Allegiance in school, so he knows about our history and whatever we did.
I think that's the problem with our schools is they don't know the history.
It offends everybody. You know what I mean?
I think that's the problem.
That's the way it is.
People die for our freedom.
It's the truth.
Yeah, it is the truth.
And that's what people need to know, the truth. They don't need some bullshit.
No, they don't.
CNN, Clinton News Network.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's not talk about politics.
Yeah.
All right, don't go. No. You can talk about what you believe, but just don't get into politics.
Yeah, I don't want to get.
Don't talk about those places.
That's too much of a rabbit hole for me.
Yeah. But we all have our own views on that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're right, and everyone has their right to them.
Yeah.
Everyone has their right to them. But listen, I agree with you on a lot of things.
I just like the truth. That's
the truth will set you free. But I don't like liars. I don't like liars. I lied to police when I was a young kid and a young adult when I was a fucking crazy psycho lunatic.
I'll lie to police. That's the only person I would lie to.
Well, I didn't fucking go along with the feds. Like they couldn't break me. Put it that way. But what we were talking about was they don't teach the history of of the world.
The right way it was.
Yeah.
How it went down.
Like how many people? Like if it wasn't for America, Hitler would have invaded everywhere in Europe and in Asia. Like he would have took over everywhere.
Nazis right now.
So we would have been dealing with a fucking whole side of the country that were Nazis. So you know what the people that didn't want to be there no more after we kicked their ass, after America went over there and kicked their ass. Like, do you know that?
They all came here.
I think it's 80. I think the number is 70%. 80. See, don't quote me on this, people. Because I don't have someone, a young Jamie. Shout out to young Jamie at JRE, Joe Rogan Experience. He has a great guy. Google this and make sure this is a fact, so you can say it's a fact. And I don't even know if Google's fucking a fact, but it's pretty close to a fact.
Close, you can get
pretty close, unless you lived it yourself. So I live certain things. I know certain things are facts. I don't know.
We're all fucking mutts, people. That's what you need to know.
No. What I'm
everybody's a mutt.
No, what I'm saying is there's a percentage. There was a real high percentage of kids that don't believe World War II happened. Don't believe there was a Hitler. Like that's what they teach them in school. And this study was done back in 2000, 2010 or something. In the early 2000s or the
like we didn't land on the moon and there's a flat Earth and all this other shit.
Yeah.
There's people who just fucking. You should be fucking lined up and shot.
No, they shouldn't be shot. They shouldn't be shot. Just because they believe in
I'm all set.
No, it's just, you know what? I think it's just
time and my patience.
No, I just think it's common sense.
I just think it's like a patience cup. My patience runs real.
Yeah, maybe you need to hit off your joint, bro. Yeah, take a hit off your joint so you can relax a little bit. Yeah, I'll light it up for you, buddy. Just when you're ready, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm not gonna burn you, but I promise you I will not burn you. I promise you I will not burn you. I think just take a couple and relax. Yeah, but no, so it was a high percentage of kids that didn't believe that there was a Hitler or a World War II. And I'm like, my grandfather, and I know people that were in World War II. Like, I know the stories. Like, everyone knows over in Europe about World War II. They were grateful the Americans went over there to help because we stopped them right in their tracks. Because all they had to do was we allied with Russia, everybody, and just stomped them. Them in China, who was it? Them in Japan?
They came back from Desert Storm.
I was going to say go easy on that because it's killer. Yeah. Take your time. If you're not smoking like you're choking. I choked.
The Marines, when they came back from Desert Storm, they had such a different reaction for them than the guys that came back from Vietnam.
Vietnam was jungle warfare, and America's never been involved in jungle warfare before.
No, they got spit on, and people treated them like
it's horrible. It's horrible.
Horrible for
I got a veteran coming on next, the next episode. This is episode 3, by the way. And oh, hold on. Yep, I got a few. Right. Yep, but it's still you still got 2/3 of it left. That's all I'm telling you. You only took a third off that.
I knew
I roll long ones, bro.
Yeah,
it's really good. And I roll long ones, so I don't have to keep rolling joints.
Yep.
You know, I just roll a big blunts.
Biffies.
Raw blunts. Shout out to Raw Papers, because I love your Raw Papers. I used to use Easy Widers back in the days and zigzags and shit like that.
Easy Wide at 1.5. That's what I use. Big boys.
Yeah, the big boys. No,
I rolled the
dude, we used to roll
time.
the 2.5s. We used to roll joints in the 2.5s.
Yeah, dude.
Make them look bigger.
I rolled out a joint out of the, it was from the Up and Smoke album. Cheech Chong came with a big rolling paper. I rolled 2 ounces of fucking kind bud in that motherfucker. It took me about an hour and a half. Just folding it in.
Oh, the Cheech Chong album?
Folding it in.
I remember that.
It was a big rolling paper.
Watch
and we passed that thing around. It took us like 3 hours to smoke.
3 hours to smoke that?
Yeah, it was 2 ounces.
How
and
many?
There was like 50 people at the fucking party.
50 people smoking?
Yeah. Everybody was smoking.
Damn. Hey, listen, if that was me and one of my friends that smoke weed, like, no, he don't smoke weed all the time now. He's just once in a while guy.
Oh, it's so hard to take a hit
I'm
off
saying back then, though, dude, I would have got that done in an hour with a couple friends. I'm sorry. So we used to roll the 2.5 papers, the bed sheet, we call them bed sheets.
Yeah.
So we roll like, I'd roll 50 or 60 joints out of an ounce. Yeah. I had other friends that would roll 30 or 40, so they'd be a little bigger.
Yeah.
But it made the joints look bigger. 2 for 5, 4 for 10, 6 for 15, 8 for 20. Do you remember buying joints on the block for those prices?
Well, $5 a piece, yeah.
Greg, were you
once I stopped smoking when I was 11 years old because I could buy a joint for $3 or 2 packs of cigarettes. I said, fuck that, I'm done with smoking. And I haven't smoked a cigarette since.
Good for you. Good for you.
People have tried to get me smoke. I'm like,
How old were you when you quit?
11.
So you quit cigarettes for weed?
Right away.
For weed, right? Because you rather smoke weed. Yeah, you want to smoke something that gives you fucking
does something to me.
For you.
Yeah, exactly.
Does something.
Smoking wasn't doing nothing for me except for taking money out of my pocket, so I'm good with that.
I have to get rid of this light right now. They're shining in my eyes.
That's cool. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking because it's picking up everything. That's all I care about. I care about the audience, but I don't care. They know that it's nothing. They see me doing this before.
I'm in the process of starting to write a book too soon.
Yeah, talk about that, Greg, please.
Yeah, it's called "Why Don't We as Americans Stop, Listen, and Learn."
I like that.
Talk, listen, and learn.
I like that idea.
Because like we don't talk enough to each other. That's why we don't respect each other.
Communication is the key about everything in life.
Nobody takes there's no empathy in this world. You need to start learning about empathy. People need to start figuring that out, man.
I agree. That's why podcasts are important, because it brings people together for communication. I think that's why it's important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I don't care what another guy does, as long as he ain't messing with me. I respect him for his views, whatever.
Yeah. And, agree to disagree, right?
Yeah, whatever.
That's all.
I don't even care.
Very simple.
I don't even get it at that point.
It's not even hard.
I can tell when I'm having a conversation with someone if we're going to disagree real quick, and then I don't pursue that.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with disagreeing, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. No, I just I try to avoid those conversations as much as I can because I don't like to waste time. So I try to, whatever time I have left, I want to waste it on something.
Exactly. See, you know, this kid is bringing up so many good points. I'm so proud of you, man, like Greg. Just the way you are. You know, 6 months to a year ago, it was probably like 9 months to a year ago, he was talking about, like, how bad things were, and, like, but I would always try to tell him, Greg, you know, you could do better. I'm just putting away a lamp, guys. I'll be right back. But I'm still here. Remember, Greg, like, you were going through depression and shit, and he's coming up short on his Klonopin, his benzos, and I felt horrible for him, but we get into deep talks, and he's done so well since then. He turned his whole, like, attitude around, like, but you know, he's always had a good vision on life, but what I mean is, he hasn't messed up. He hasn't gone short on his medicine in a long time. What, a year now or something?
Yeah.
So every time he calls me now, it's just really good conversations. And before he had a stroke, I knew him before he was blind. He went to school with my wife in elementary school.
Yeah.
Because we had we had 4 different elementary schools in like a 5 square mile area.
I know.
We had Lincoln Hancock, Adams, Willard, and I think there was one
Sterling.
more. No, Sterling's junior high.
Oh yeah, junior high. Yeah.
But Lincoln Hancock.
Willard, yeah.
The old.
I went to school with her in Willard. I don't know if she went to Sterling.
She went to Sterling, yeah.
I went to school with her in Sterling too.
Yeah, so you were there with me too. I didn't even know it, Craig. I got kicked out.
I was done in '84. I went from '81 to '84.
I went to South Shore High from there in Hingham.
I went to Hull.
That's where I met Mike Moog and Eric Coker. Shout out to Eric Coker, your boy Eric Coker, and a friend of mine, Eric Coker, and shout out to Mike Moog too. I like Mike Moog too.
Boy.
He's a good kid.
He's a good drummer.
And what's the kid Cook that died from there? He was a good kid. Eric Cook. He was a good kid.
Yeah.
From Hull.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of wannabe gangsters from Hull too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, you lived there. You hung there.
I know.
You know.
I know.
There's one, but let's be fair. There's wannabe gangsters in Quincy too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the gang show ain't nothing like it is on the West Coast. Sorry, East Coast.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little different.
It's worse. It's worse here. This is where it started, way before the West Coast. There was Italian Irish mafias all over here.
Yeah, I know. No, it's a different kind
of
mafia.
Still to this day.
I know, but they're still organized. These guys are
organized crime. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Organized crime. Oh, you mean the gangs? Yeah, the gangs.
The gangs are disorganized.
But the gangs in New York, there was gangs back in the days. Remember the Hell's Kitchen? But people don't realize Boston and Quincy. This is where the granite industries are, the quarries. Like this is like where most of the miners came from here. Yeah. We had the first subway system, right? So we had there was Sandhogs.
New York.
1903, there was Sandhogs.
Yeah.
1903, the Sandhogs were. I'm wearing the hat right here, right now. I got a Sandhog hat on from my days, 17 and a half years, running, big shafts, 500-foot shafts.
I never done anything fun like that. I just played music.
Yeah, you worked in your life though, Greg.
I worked.
You worked.
Not that kind of hard work.
I just got to do.
The hardest work I did was an oil rig. That was the hardest work I ever did.
Well, oil rigs ain't easy.
That was the hardest job I ever did.
Ain't fucking easy.
7 on, 7 off. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days off. 7 days on, 24 hours a day, 7 days off. I had no chance to spend my money.
No, yeah. I remember.
As soon as I got home from Texas, I was friggin', chilling my girl for a little bit. I had to turn around and go right back to work.
Yeah, I did that for a year straight, 7-year, 12-hour days. I know how that is.
No, 24-hour days.
Bro. No, I used to do 12s. Yeah. And I thought that was bad. So 24, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah,
at least I got to go sleep with my wife.
We did between 18 and 23 probably.
Actually, I did sleep with my wife because you know why? She'd be waking up when I was coming home at 4:35 in the morning, so she'd be getting up. Yeah. So I never even got to sleep with my wife for that year. Like, I mean, sleep with her at home, except for even no weekend. So I took 2 days off in that whole time. And one of the guys said, "You're going to get laid off." One of the foremans. I go, "Oh, really?" I go talk to the business manager. You'll understand why I'm on this job. The reason I was on that job was I was on a tunnel job, and my business manager said, "Robbie, Tommy Williams, God bless his soul. Tommy Williams was the business manager for Local 133. He called my business manager, Scott Bordy. Shout out to Scott Bordy out there. My old ex-boss for 17 and a half years in the union. He was a great boss to me. He made me a boss on every job, so how can I ever say anything bad about that guy?
No.
I actually, the feds screwed him really bad. But, every action has a reaction, so 25, 30 years prior, 25, 30 years prior to the feds fucking him, he kind of stuck it up their ass. So what comes around goes around, and I think he realized that anyway. So it just happens, Shit happens.
Absolutely.
Shit happens.
It definitely does, man.
Let me ask you something, Greg. I know he has dialysis today, and I respect this guy so much. Like we had to go pick him up, and we'll drive him home, and he's just a great guy. And he's a dear friend of mine. Actually,
and my band's kind of heavy. I don't know, really. We're original sound. We're all originals, so real.
So like hard rock. Hard rock metal.
Between hard rock and metal.
So in between metal and rock.
But
so that's hard fucking aggressive music. That's
pretty
aggressive
heavy.
Music.
Pretty heavy.
That's aggressive music. I like it. I'm happy, man. I can't. I went down and heard these guys.
Wait till you hear him play.
He's got a new drummer, but he don't have a singer, and I just might sing in this band and write some songs to this fucking. If you give me the instrumentals to the tracks, I can write a song to them.
We're working on that. We got been recorded. We recorded a lot. The two of the rehearsals.
This guy is definitely a pro musician. Before he was blind, and even now he sounds great on bass. Next time he comes back, he'll play bass. Whenever you want to come back, you can come back and play bass for because I'm sure I'm gonna get a bunch of comments about you, and I'm gonna relay those comments to you, and people are gonna want to hear you play. But he was a great guitarist. I remember jamming with him one day. I bought a new amp that morning, and I met him and my dear friend Balducci, and both of our dear friends, Balducci, and a couple other friends of ours, friends of his in Braintree. We went down there to jam, and he was teaching me some Rage Against the Machine on the bass, and I picked it up. But he didn't want to play the songs me and Balducci, my friend Baldo knew. So we had to compromise and play some other songs that I never played before. And, obviously, in Rage Against the Machine, you're going to have to play the bass right because you can hear it throughout the whole song. You can't just, kind of play it a little bit.
You can't just play E.
You can't. You can't. You got to do you got to be intricate.
A lot of changes.
And I love that. And I would never play a bass boring like that. But I was just like, I knew other songs that were intricate. Like I was playing Seek and Destroy downstairs. This was our set list every Saturday. Seek and Destroy, Am I Evil? We did a song from Pink Floyd, Young Lust from Pink Floyd. Then we do Simple Man. We do Negative Creep. And then we do just an all-out jam.
I've played every one of those songs in different bands.
Yeah, we just do a bunch of different bands, but we never did originals.
Most of the bands I've been in have been original bands.
That's when I played with you.
I played one cover band.
You know what happened was that's when I started playing with you. I played with you that time because me and Baldo didn't have a guitarist, so we didn't have no one to jam with, and we were going to use you as our guitarist. And then I don't know what happened there.
Johnny just ran his mouth a little too much.
Yeah, that's right. I don't even want to say what happened there.
Yeah,
but, so that's what happens in bands.
It just didn't work.
It didn't work out, and I'm sad it didn't. You know why? Because me and Baldo, me and Johnny and Comp, it did work.
Yeah.
It did work.
I played with Dave Compton. I would have played more with him if we got a chance.
You guys would have been great together. He's really good too.
Yeah, if he could just
great guitarist. Comp's a really.
He couldn't come. He couldn't come long enough.
He's way up in New Hampshire. Remember, we got 15. Well, we got more snow in 2015. That's what happened. We got a big blizzard. It was more than the blizzard of '78, and he couldn't get down from New Hampshire, where he was living, every Saturday. But he was coming every Saturday for 6 months. And then once that blizzard happened, it snowed everyone in for like 3 weeks. And we're used to the snow blizzards here. And that's still, we got so much snow. I got pictures of my son.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
My mom's SUV was buried in that.
I remember blizzard 7. Yeah, I'm like, I never thought we'd get more snow than that. Yeah. That was fucking a lot because back then, in '78,
I was jumping off my second floor house roof from the roof of my house.
We were jumping off roofs. We would skid off of cars all the time. That's what we used to do when it snowed. That's what we did for fun as kids.
Did you ever go to that little school on Furnace Brook? That hill there behind.
Oh yeah, that's fucking dangerous, huh?
I love that hill. That big jump.
People at the tree. Well, we used to use Sterling Hill for sledding, but I've been up there sledding. I brought my daughter up there when she was young. I think I brought my son up there once too.
It was awesome.
Oh, dude, that's got some fucking jumps. And they got a tree there too.
Brook, it's almost like jumping into the quarries. You never knew what you were going to get.
That's what it is. It's part of Furnace Brook. Yeah, in that school. That's what it is. The golf course.
The quarries, you never know. Sometimes you go to jump and you look down, there's a telephone floating by you. Like, thank God I looked.
Well,
because I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't.
There was one kid that died when I was up there, Paul Gooch from Randolph.
I remember they drained the quarries.
There. Hey, all the cops.
They drained the quarries, they still didn't find them.
We were all in the water while the helicopters. All the news was on there. The cops, they're telling us out. We're like, "Fuck you, come in and get us," right?
Yeah.
They would have come in, right? So they all agreed. We won't put you in jail if you got.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't go for it. We said, "Fuck you. What do you think? We're stupid? Once we come out, you're going to arrest us. Nope, we're going to walk away this way. You guys go out that way. And that's exactly what we did. Yeah. One person went up. He did it. He said, it's all safe, guys. They're way over there. We did it. And they came back half an hour. We respected the guy's body. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
They had him out already.
I was there like 2 days before it happened. I remember this very, very well.
That was fucking horrible.
They drained the whole quarry and they didn't find him, but they found all kinds. We went up to the quarries.
Oh, that's right. They didn't find him. That's right.
They didn't find him. They fenced off the whole quarries. We used to have to climb the fence. We went up there, climbed the fence in the quarries.
Well, they didn't find a lot of people there until they drained it.
Cars, motorcycles, all kinds of shit.
That was a burial ground for fucking a lot of things.
Oh boy. Oh my God, there was at least 100 cars down there.
Since we're talking about the quarries, I want to give a shout out to my friend Sean Curran. He did a documentary on the Quincy quarries recently this past year, and it's nasty. It's called the documentary of the Quincy quarries in West Quincy. It's by Sean Curran. It's really good. Check it out on YouTube.
I can't believe they're spraying painting over the swear words. It really offended me.
I didn't know. I didn't know they were doing that. Well, they
didn't even get arrested. They were going to arrest them, and they found out what they were doing.
Hold on, dude. They didn't arrest us. They didn't arrest us when we were graffitiing those rocks.
No, yeah.
When there was water there. Yeah. So why would you want them to get arrested now when there ain't water?
No, I'm just saying. I've got friends of mine have gotten arrested for tagging.
I don't want to see anyone get arrested. I've been arrested so many times in my life. I don't want to see anyone get arrested. Unless
you get arrested for drawing a piece of art, like really, just because I picked a rock to write it, I have to go to jail.
Unless they're a pedophile, a rapist.
Most of the time. Child, I mean, when we were growing up, probably just get the hell out of here, punk. Yeah. Take our spray paint cans and throw them away or something. Yeah.
Well, at least you're graffiti out there. You're not bothering no one's property.
As long as it's not somebody's house, you know, it's somebody's house or building.
Or it's not a tea station.
Defacing property is
no one's going to see it, really, except for the people go up there to jump.
Yeah, that's who it was for. Yeah. I wasn't going to do it for the Quincy Police, I promise you that.
It was an art form. Yeah, it's an art form. It's kind of like an art form.
What I was doing for, definitely not for the Quincy Police. Fuck the police.
Well, that was our attitude back then. All right, people.
Yeah. Well, everybody hates a cop till they need one. That's all I have to say.
Exactly. So, but I'll be honest. I never called the cops. I never needed a cop either. But they are here to take care of my kids and their kids. So I will respect the cops.
Of course.
But
everybody says defund the police. Stupid.
No, you're right. No, hold on. You're right. I was saying fuck the police my whole life too, till I had kids.
Yeah, it changes. You know, your attitude changes.
When you're 25, 30, you probably figure it out. Yeah. So I was saying the same fucking thing.
Yeah, well, it's not. So it wasn't about the person.
I'm not correcting you, bro.
It was more about like the attitude of the police.
But there are some bad cops out there. The good ones, get rid of the fucking bad ones.
Yeah, it was all about the whole attitude of the police department. You know, so
that's true.
Still hasn't changed all that much. Yes.
You know what? Listen, I know.
They're working on it.
I know for sure. There's definitely some good Quincy detectives,
there's good cops in every.
That I've met personally, and it actually saved me a lot of harassment.
I know plenty of great cops.
No, I'm just gonna be honest. I got friends that are in the state police high ups. I got Baldo's cousin is a high up in the state police, Massachusetts. I got my nephew-in-law's a state trooper. I got a lot of people high ups in state police, so I got friends.
I never had really bad interactions with police.
Police
had that attitude. I had that attitude because they're always trying to fuck with me.
Well,
I was always trying to do something stupid.
If you're polite to a cop,
I was always trying to do something.
But
stupid.
if you're polite with them and they don't give you a hard time and they follow protocol, then I'll go right along, give them the respect. But if they disrespect me, then listen, asshole, I'll go to fucking jail and tell you to go fuck yourself. So don't fucking talk to me like I'm a child, asshole, because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. Don't fucking. But that's the thing. I have had encounters like that where detectives have said they treated me with respect, so I treated them right back with respect. And I said, listen, I'm not a CI, I can't help you, so I'm not going to be like one of the most people that kiss your ass and rat on fucking their friends. I can't do that. So you might as well just arrest me right now, because don't even go there. And they knew that about me already, so they just treated me with respect. I think they like a person that doesn't rat.
Yeah, they do.
More than they like a rat.
Because they have a code too. Their code's the same thing.
So the rat would rat on them too.
Oh yeah.
So why are you gonna respect the rat?
Never.
You know.
Nobody likes rats.
Nobody likes rats. Literally, too.
Either cops or people.
Literally, though.
Attorneys,
rats too. Rats
attorneys don't like rats.
Nope.
Nobody likes rats.
No one wants to represent.
Only defense attorneys like rats. That's
yeah, because they, you know what it is? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they can't. They don't want to represent a trunk code.
Yeah.
Because that's what they'd be known as.
Yeah.
A person who represents rats, and that would hurt their practice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. It can hurt.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing.
I think lawyers.
You ever seen that lawyer movie with Matthew McConaughey in it?
No, but I know
he drives around in a limo.
That's Time to Kill. Time to Kill.
Is that what it's called?
No, is that the one, Time to Kill, with Samuel Jackson, the book?
No, it's not a Samuel Jackson. No,
I've heard that guy's.
It's hilarious. He's got a black limo driver, and he drives around like Tennessee.
Recently, right? Like a couple of years ago.
Not that long ago. No, it's like 88 years ago, or something like that, maybe. And
88 back in the 80s.
No, it's probably 90 something. And he drives around. He does like high case criminal stuff, and like a biker gang pulls him over, hands him 10 grand cash for a lawyer to get his buddy out of jail and shit.
Yep.
It's like cool. He's a cool defense attorney. He's pretty cool.
I've heard of his name. I just
yeah, it's a good movie. It's you really like that.
You know what?
Movie.
I used to be a movie head, bro.
That movie is funny as hell. You should look it up. Matthew McConaughey plays a defense attorney. Just look that up.
You know what I noticed, Greg?
What?
And my wife would verify this. I'm a huge movie head, but I don't even have time to watch movies no more.
Yeah.
I listen to so many podcasts, and I'm doing so many things, working and stuff, doing building up my own business and running my motivational channel, inspirational channel early in the mornings. Doing the training, teaching people training methods and how to stay in shape.
Hey, it's brutally honest, baby.
It is brutally honest. There's nothing scripted. It's just people talking shit.
Brutally honest. That's great.
It's assholes talking
That's
shit.
That's a good name for a band, actually.
I like brutally honest. People should be brutally honest. Speak your mind out there. That's why I say everyone has an opinion. So I'm not gonna, as long as it's not morally wrong, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I have kids, so
I got better things to do.
I got better things to do.
Oh yeah.
And
you say about opinions, you know what they say about that.
So. Like assholes, everyone has one.
Everyone has one.
But we live in a free country where you're allowed to have your own.
If you don't like that, then move to friggin' Russia. See you later.
Well, just move out of the country. If you
move
don't
to
like
Russia or China if you don't like
you people that are fighting over.
You like someone telling you what not to say when they tell you don't say that out loud.
Look at us swearing on there, talking shit.
Call you out and shit, make you, So you got freedom of speech.
Yeah, you got freedom of speech, yeah.
But over in other countries, you got freedom of speech, but just watch what you say, boy.
Like Mexico and Canada, you got freedom of speech, but you got to watch what you say about the government there, because they'll fuck you up. You'll end up missing something.
Yeah.
Especially in Russia.
They can make you miss.
Especially in Russia, they'll make you miss them quick.
Real quick.
See, that's what people don't understand. They've never been out this country. These people that talk shit about this country, they've never been out in America.
Okay, exactly.
That's the problem.
It is the problem.
Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Isn't that probably not 80%, 70%?
People don't realize the real world. They're just caught up in their little bubble, and that's it.
See, it really don't matter who's the president, as long as they're not going to start a nuclear war.
Yeah, to me. It don't matter to me. It ain't going to change.
These people that fight about, all day about fucking who's the president, listen, you're wasting your valuable time. You could be making money, just creating, doing something better. Doing something positive. Do something positive for yourself.
Bitching. Just bitch about everything.
Yeah, Greg, do you bitch about anything, buddy?
I do, yeah.
No, I'm asking, no. With all your problems, you have a right to be in the ball and bitching, but you don't.
I try not to, as much as I can. I still do.
Greg, I never heard you bitch about anything, bro. Nothing, unless it was health-wise.
Yeah.
You don't even bitch about going, it's 12:22. Let me ask you something. Hold on.
Let's find out where your wife is.
We're not the rush. What's the dialysis? You got dialysis?
I gotta be at my house by 1 o'clock.
Okay, so we'll wrap this up in about 5 minutes. How long do you want to do?
Pretty quick, yeah, let's go.
Oh, we'll wrap it up in like 3 to 5 minutes, guys.
All right.
All right, so Greg, I want you to shout out your band, shout out when you're gonna be
we're
playing.
We're called the Relentless Bastards. I play bass, I play left-handed, I'm blind, I'm on dialysis.
Give me a name again, Greg.
Greg Fontaine, the Relentless Bastards.
Do you have an email address or a phone number?
Not yet, we're working on all that.
Give me a phone number, Greg.
857-615-5018.
That's how you can get in touch with Greg.
Yeah. I'll play with anybody. I can play any kind of tune.
He can play guitar too.
Yeah, guitar too.
He's nasty on guitar.
I got all the gear.
I've heard him play bass too, but I said, he's really good on bass. I said, you're better on guitar. He goes, no, I think I'm better on bass. He knows. He played longer than I never seen him.
Yeah.
I never seen him when he was younger.
I play bass because I don't have to play as many.
I play bass, so I love playing bass better than guitar too. So I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm a bass player. Actually, he taught me just some chords, but I learned on my own. So playing all those songs at the beginning, I was playing them exactly correctly. So just to learn that quick is pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
Learn them right from day one. I was playing them right from day one.
That's how I play. That's all the people I play with.
That's it.
In fact, when we go to jam, like that drummer had heard all the songs we were going to be playing like 20 times probably.
What did he say about the songs that you guys
played? He
didn't
like Wise's voice. He didn't like the drumming.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't really care for it.
I didn't think it was.
But he already knew the songs because he actually sent them tracks with them completed with other bands doing the same songs.
Well, everyone has their own opinion. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were that bad. I was at one of.
Wait till you hear this drummer.
I was at your first.
The drummer we have now is Jerry. He is just phenomenal.
But I was at your first thing though. It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was our first jam.
I liked it.
That was our first jam.
I was happy. Yeah, the first time
we did that for a year.
It was like the second or third time you guys played together.
I was with them for a year. We wrote 15 songs with this new drummer. We have no singer yet, but if we have the singer what I'm thinking of, we've already done 10 songs and we've only played 3 times.
Wow.
So it's moving along at a way different pace.
You guys are killing it up.
Yeah, it's crazy. So all we got to do is get a singer and we're good to go, man.
Well, Greg, I really appreciate you coming on. Can I get a handshake, my friend, or a fist bump? Handshake. Handshake. Thank you very much for coming on. Northeast Beat 617.
617, baby, forever.
Thanks a lot for joining us today, brother. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, man.
Peace, people.